Today I'm going to talk about the second part of the video I have mentioned before around the sacrament of matrimony. And this goes with the fruits, the effects of the matrimony in my own life and how this could also affect other men's lives. We know by fact women are more mature than us men. I can look at my own daughter and my son. My son is a year older than her, but I can see she at the age of a year and a half, she's very clever, she's very mature, she pays attention to stuff that he would never pay attention to things like she does. And because of that, it's natural to her to be more mature. It's natural to her to be aware of what is going on around her, whereas my son is focused on one thing or another, but he's not looking at the whole thing. So I believe this, just as a very, very easy example, I suppose if you have children, you can also spot that in your own family. And that is natural for women to be more mature. Us men, we need ways. We need help from women, help from other men, help from a system, help from a program of life for us to become more mature. It is written in the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians, chapter 13, verses 10 forward. When I was a child, I used to talk like a child. I used to think like a child. I used to do things like children. When I became adult, I left the stuff I used to do as a child. So this is with the help of matrimony. Every man can do that too. The grace that God pours us in our souls towards our spiritual growth is also for us to become better people, for us to become better social beings. And with the help of a good wife, us men can live longer, can be more healthy, can have a better progress in our spiritual life. We can become better people in the society. We can become better Catholics. And also, if with the grace of God we have children, we can become better fathers. I can see myself before getting married on the 8th of December 2018, I had a completely different way of looking at life. I had different thoughts, different ideas, different plans, different ways of thinking, of imagine how life would be if one day I would be blessed with children. But then once I got married and over the path of marriage, this is very important because this is not a magical thing. This is actually a movement, and it's to be happening every single day, every single month, every single year. So the vows that we took at the altar, before the community, before God, and before our spouse helps us with this compromise, because we know per fact that people without compromise, they tend to be very childish. So the compromise in a human level helps us to know that we are no longer single, that we are no longer alone. We are no longer doing things from the top of our heads. We're no longer just one person. Being united in the sacrament of matrimony with a woman helps us to see things in a better perspective, see things as a whole, have a better understanding around the aspects of our own lives. And I can see before having children also, because children does help us on to speed up the process of becoming more mature because we take more responsibility over another soul that God gives and puts at our care. So I can see the grace and the blessings that God gave me when I united myself in matrimony with my wife. I can see the grace that God gave me to become a better Christian, a better Catholic person. When my son was born in December, nearly a year after I got married, I can see how I improved my way of doing things, how this motivated me to work in a better way. So when you get married, when you have children, you can see that in yourself if you for a moment stop and start to think what you were before, what you became, and how you are a better person now. How in every aspect of life you become a more serious person, a more mature person. You left stuff from your childhood, your child days, your teenage days, because that is an illusion that maybe is in the minds of many married men too. So there is that song, Forever Young. I want to be forever young. We were not made for that. We were made to become mature. We were made to become complete. We were made to pass towards every aspect of life since we were children, and then teenagers, and then young, and then adult, and then we're going to become old people. But then we need to become old people with this consciousness, with this experience of life that makes us very wise. So in every aspect of my life, since things I used to do for fun, the way I used to look at study, the way I used to look at money, the way I used to look at other people, relationships, friendships, the relationship in a community within the Catholic Church, and all these things. The sacrament of matrimony helped me to not adopt, but become a person with firm values, with the foundation of the faith, and to allow myself to being guided by the grace of God with responsibility as a married man, as a father, as a husband, and as a servant of God. Well, there is a lot to talk about. I'm not going to enter into more details, but I'm going to record the third part of the video where I'm going to speak about the sacrament per se, and to maybe influentiate those who are still to get married to think about the old rite of the sacrament of the matrimony. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.